What's going on, doozers, and welcome to episode 3 over at the Craftadia Network. We're going to jump right into it here, guys. Today, what we are doing is we are going to be clearing out a little bit of this land right here and get a little bit of terraforming done. Now, the reason we're going to be doing that, I don't know if you can tell by the items in my inventory here, but we are going to be building something very special. And it's going to be starting out with some of my favorite blocks, the white concrete. I got some glass. I've got some... there we go. So I've got some glass. I've got some concrete. I got some oak fences, a sticky piston, some glowstone, and a whole bunch of raw wood. And that raw wood, we are about to turn into some doors. So if you haven't already figured all of this out yet, we are going to be putting in a village breeder inside that structure. Now, started to go the wrong way here. So while we were running around in the resource world, we came across 3 villagers. So my idea is I'm going to take these 3 villagers and we are going to turn them into some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful breeding villagers. And once we have these guys breeding... Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, we made some adjustments and I was getting really confused. We put pressure plates on that door now. So the idea is that we're going to start actually breeding up some villagers. That way we can hopefully start getting some more profit out of that shop. And we're definitely going to light this up a little bit. There we go. Don't want anything spawning in here that shouldn't be. And... there we go. So, now, if you remember from one of my previous videos, for 1.13, villager breeding was based on doors. And since this server is on 1.13, we can go ahead and do that type of a breeding system. Now, I'm going to have to get with Blabster. We're going to have to figure out our game plan as far as making a trading hall once this is all done. But that's definitely going to be something that we're going to get going. Where the heck do I have my buckets? I swear I keep losing buckets. I had buckets. Alright. Oh, good news. Buckets are cheap to make. Bucket. Alright, so we'll come down here. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that is a 1.14 thing. I can't crouch under that. Alright. So, we are going to start with the basic premise of this. And the first thing we got to do is make sure that we are, in fact, directly in line with the center of this. And I think that should be right here. Okay, so technically this is the center, so we're going to knock this out. Good enough. Okay. That was dumb. Alright, we're going to leave that one block there for right now, just so that I know where we need it. So, we need a 5x5. This needs to be the first block. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Actually, this needs to come in by 1 all the way around. All right. And we're going to be pulling our villagers out of here. So we'll go ahead and leave that in. And we're going to bust this out here. And now I don't need the cheater block. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, come on. Right. Alright, so it looks like we got a little bit of server spawn. Oh, hello. Okay. A little bit of lag. There we go. And it's going to sound really dumb, but I did notice that if you got a lot of server lag, if you come back to the spawn, it pretty much goes away. Alright. Now we are going to need slabs. So, good news, I have a bunch of them. Alright. Perfect. Right, so we need to go 1, 2. Slab. Oh, we need 1 more yet. Now a slab. Is that right? Why does that not look right to me, guys? Oh, I was right the first time. Slab. I'm losing my mind. That's what's happening. And then we need to put there. All right, now I want the water to go there, so I'm going to put it in this corner. And that should have the water flowing down into this corner right here. And that is where we are going to be bringing our villagers out at. So that is absolutely perfect. And really, I mean, that's the first part pretty much done and dusted now. The only thing we still need to do is we are going to have to lock these guys in. Best way to do that so don't need that, 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 and don't need that. That there, that there, that there, that there, and that there. Find the middle, which is there. Alright, now to grab ourselves 2 villagers. So I'm going to get this going, and I will bring you guys right back as soon as I'm done. Okay, guys, well, if you can't tell by my levels, I fell. And it hurt. But the plus side is, we are done. So we have Jerry, John, and Lisa, and they're all hanging out in here. Now, I just seeded them. I gave them a whole bunch of bread. I'm going to start throwing them some other stuff, too. They're definitely tossing the bread around. Let's give them a couple stacks of carrots, too. You guys have full inventories now, or what's up? So now we're just going to kind of hang out and wait for them to have babies. I mean, that's all that's really left. And hopefully we will start seeing that happen very shortly. In the meantime, I'm going to hang out here and we'll see what happens. I'll bring you back as soon as we have one. Well, guys, fate is fickle. And thankfully, our time here isn't. This is actually villager number 2. We are actually breeding villagers right now, which is fantastic news. And on top of that, he's a farmer. Now, it looks like Blabster already kind of set up a temporary housing unit over here. And we did bring our first one over, and this is called Baby New Year. We haven't traded with him much, so I'm not sure what he's going to turn into. But he is a librarian. Now, interestingly enough, the way this is set up is we have the skins for 1.14, but they trade like 1.13. So that is absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the other things that I'm looking at here is we are going to, since they are 1.13 villagers, we are actually going to be building a carrot farm. That's right. I don't like harvesting carrots any more than the next person does. So we are going to build an old school 1.13 carrot farm. Hopefully this is going to work splendidly. We will find out. I'm going to keep working on getting everything else done here. I got to put some lights up, till the ground, and get all the hopper systems in. But what we should be looking at is, if I did my maths right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, so this is my center. This is going to be the block that has a light level of 7, and all the rest are going to be at light level 8 or higher. And what that means is that we should... Oops. What we'll be able to do is the farmer will be able to plant crops everywhere except right here. And when he plants a crop there, what's going to happen... what's going to happen is it's going to get a block update. And when that crop gets the block update, it's going to go and say, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't work. You can't be here. And it's going to pop off. And when it does, it's going to get sucked up into... Let's see, right here is where I want our storage system. It's going to get sucked up into a minecart with a hopper on it. And it's going to travel right down this line. And it's going to go into our chest system where we can easily collect it. So let me get to work on this, and I'll bring you back as soon as we're done. Okay, guys, so we are done. He is now in there. He's farming away. He's farming his little heart out. And we're starting to actually see a little bit of a profit. Now, we did put in a door here so that we could easily get through and just take a look at what he's doing. So he is trying to plant. Now, when it lands on top of this, we're having an issue. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to put a string right on top of that, and that should stop that from happening. There we go. All right, so now as he's doing that, we're going to start seeing all these carrots start falling in. Now, he did make some modifications here, and I'm just going to go through real quick and double check, make sure that... Yep. What I thought was happening, we got 2 hoppers here that are going into nothing. So I got to get that fixed. Thankfully, we have a healthy supply of hoppers now. So Blabster was giving me a hand with some of this, and hoppers are definitely one of those things that can get a little bit tricky, especially... That's going into there, and now that's going into there. And you know what? We're just going to light this up. I want to leave this where I can see it. And into that, into that. Good. All right, guys, and we are back, and we are definitely in action. So the breeder is working super well. We got that guy up there. We fed these guys their carrots. And if I come over here, you'll see that I have, there we go, number 6 and an unnamed. That's because I don't want to name him until he grows up, only because if I name him before he grows up and he's, well, if he's garbage, I can't get rid of him. So I'm taking a chance that he's not going to despawn sitting there. Now, this guy we're going to keep because for 13 emeralds, I can get Silk Touch and an Efficiency 2 Diamond Pickaxe. It's definitely a guy I'm going to keep on hand. So we have a couple extra minecarts running around. And then, while I was out, one of the other things that happened is we built this. Now, we did do this off camera, and I apologize. But we do have the genetic testing lab, building number 1. And we started getting some guys. Now, this is Baby New Year. He was one of the very first ones that were made. Unfortunately, yeah. We're on a server that's pretty well populated, and he's not a cartographer. I'm pretty sure that's not going to do us any good. So then we have this guy who has Silk Touch for 19. And then he also has Unbreaking 1 and Frostwalker 1, which are okay. But more importantly is right here. I can buy name tags from him, so I don't have to buy them anymore from the auction house. This guy has a Diamond Axe that has Silk Touch and Unbreaking 2 on it. And he's also selling Sharpness 1 Diamond Sword, which is a pretty good sword. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, the rest of them are all pretty much garbage. This guy, test subject number 4, is a butcher, leathersmith, a farmer with, oh good, we have a pumpkin and a melon trade. That's going to come in handy. And then, yeah, this guy is a cleric. And the only reason we're kind of keeping this guy on hand is because of this right here. So at the auction house, emeralds sell for $30 a piece. But glowstone sells for $15 a piece. So that means I can get 45 of the craftadia dollars for 1 emerald just by converting it over to glowstone. So we're going to be doing that. Try to manipulate the system a little bit and become profitable here. Now, one of the other things, and Blabster and I worked on this again off camera. I apologize, guys. We really got caught up in the moment, so a lot of things got missed. But really, it's nothing you haven't seen before. This is your run-of-the-mill cactus farm. And it's just an AFK cactus farm. It's been running for about 10 hours, I want to say. And, I mean, it's doing its job. So, that's what we have so far. Now, I am running out of time. I do want to get this video up as quickly as possible again. Unfortunately, I kind of lost track of time, and then Blabster and I were doing some stuff, and I completely failed to record a lot of what we did. So we do have the carrot guy now, and he's doing okay. I think because he's a farmer, we're having a little bit of an issue there. He's taking his good old time and planting and harvesting. I think he picks up quicker than... Hey, it's Blabster. I think he's picking things up quicker than the hoppers can. It looks like Blabster already grabbed some carrots too, so we definitely have some stuff hanging out in here. And then, while I was working on the Villager Trading Center, he came down and he built this sugarcane farm. So we got that going on. It looks like he extended it out a little bit. Yeah. So we do have that. Let's see if I can... Hello? Hello? Oh no! Oh well. So in any case, guys, while this is doing its rebooting, I think that's going to be up for this week. Again, thank you for your love. Thank you for the subscriptions. I am going to be changing up my artwork soon. One of my subscribers actually hooked me up with a new avatar for YouTube, so we're going to be changing that up. And I'll put a link and everything in the description for him. So again, guys, if you like it, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click the like button if you liked it. And if you want to see more of these, click that notification buttons. And listen, I could use some suggestions. We got to start working on an underground bunker. We got to do storage. We have to figure out where we're going to be putting our guild center. So, I mean, guys, I'm going to open the suggestion. If you have anything off the top of your head you think could work, do me a favor. Give me a comment in the description. Like I always say, this is my channel, but please, I could always use the inspiration, the motivation. So what would you guys like to see? Leave that down in the comments. And guys, again, this is Diamond Doozer, and I'm rebooting. I'm out.